In the next 8 minutes, I'm going to be giving you all the information you need to know about how you can profit off trade ups. Now, starting off with the most crucial piece of information, the float. Every skin has a certain numerical value, usually ranging between 0 and 1, but not always, and we'll get into that caveat in a quick second. Now, when we're doing trade ups, this is the most important thing. This number right here, we don't care about specifically what range it falls into just yet, whether that's factory new, minimal wear, field tested, etc. We're caring about the number because of float caps, and that's specifically what I just mentioned, with the caveat being the way things are, most skins go from 0 to 1, and that would make perfect sense, but not all skins do, and that's exactly how we can profit with this trade up right here. Take for example, we're going to be putting in skins with an average of 0.2 float. Those are all field tested, but if you look at the outcomes, we're getting 3 minimal wear items. That's because the float caps on these outcomes are different. As you can see right here, they range significantly from 0.5 to 0.75. That's a huge profit potential right there if we can get skins low enough on an average float coming in that we're getting all minimal wears coming out. However, you need to make sure you're double and triple checking these trade ups in a trade up calculator before you actually do them. That's because you're guaranteed to lose money if you don't get your floats correctly, and that's what a lot of people end up doing on accident. SkinSwap just went ahead and dropped their biggest update ever. Not only are they sponsoring you with that top link in the description, but they're also introducing backpacks, allowing you to buy any item on the site and it's going to be personally held for you. Their trading feature is often told to be the best in the business, offering near instant trades taking under 30 seconds right now. And their selling feature is instant as well, offering PayPal, crypto, and tons of different options if you're looking to get your money this second. And finally, they've always got that 40% deposit bonus if you're looking to pick up some brand new skins, so try them out today. There's no reason not to. Now, when it comes to choosing the skins, this is the easiest way for you to make a lot of money or lose a lot of money, and it really comes down to the specific skin itself. Head on over to CSROI, click on the case you're looking for in the specific category of skins, and you're going to be getting a lot of information that's extremely important. Now, going back to the trade up example we talked about previously, you're going to have your option of 5 different skins, and looking at these 2 skins right here, which do you think is going to be the best to choose to place your buy order on? It's actually going to be that MAC 10 Allure. Now zoom out for a minute and look at the overall graph. Your chances of getting a kit batch in field tested are higher than your chances of getting a MAC 10 Allure in field tested, but we're not concerned about that. We're already dealing with a field tested skin, and therefore we got to look at the average float inside of that subcategory. If we're looking at the kit batch here, it's a 0.277 average float, but for the Allure, it's a 0.27. Obviously, we don't know for certain what float we're going to get with a buy order, but we want the lowest average float as possible because that's going to increase our odds of usable skins inside of this scenario. Now, that's the long example, so you understand the math behind it. It actually takes you 5 seconds. All you have to do is head over to CSROI and plug in your minimum and maximum float, and you're going to be able to see the odds right here. It's about 41% for the MAC 10 Allure, about 35% for the kit batch, and those are the odds that if you get a skin in that's completely unbiased, which we know is not the case, but we do have to presume, you're going to be able to use it in the trade up. It takes you about 5 seconds, but I need to make sure you understood the math behind trade ups because it's extremely important for doing this on your own. Now, when it comes to making profit on a trade up, there's a lot of different ways you can do it. You can go with a little bit more of a risky trade up like these ones right here. You're not guaranteed profit, but theoretically over time, mathematically, you are going to make profit. You've obviously got variations and variants that are going to come along with this that in the short term you may not make profit, but there's a much more optimal way to do trade ups, and that's exactly like the example trade up I have right here. Now, this is possible because of exactly what we just talked about with floats and everything like that. These skins are not the easiest to come by. You're not going to be able to throw up a buy order for 10 of these skins and get 10 usable float skins. It's just not possible, and it's not going to happen, but that's exactly why we're able to make profit off these trade ups like this. Now, honestly, it might seem like a very hard task to do, but at the end of the day, if you just keep on throwing up these buy orders, these skins are going to start rolling in, and as long as you strategically place your buy orders so you're not losing a ton of money, you're going to be able to profit. There's many people that unbox thousands of cases and they just quick sell off their items. You're going to be able to capitalize off of that, get the floats that you want, and it's going to be absolutely perfect. Now, there's tons of different trade ups you can do this with. This is another one that I like to do in some of my series where I do trade ups because it's really profitable. It's not too hard to get the skins, and that's because these are all actively dropping skins. The Dust 2 is an active collection, meaning when you get a full rank up and you're able to choose from some of those 4 items, this is a possibility to be there, and therefore a lot of people are quick selling off this item because it's worth 50-60 cents, and when you get 10 of these that are under 0.175 on the float and field tested, you can get a factory new outcome in your Amber Fade. Absolutely crazy profit potential right here because most people don't really know about this, and honestly, it's not something that most people want to do because you're not going to be making a ton of profit instantly, but you can get a lot of these skins super cheap and make a ton of money off of this one. Just keep on doing it, and the best part about this is it's a relatively popular item. People are using up Amber Fades, so the price is relatively stable inside of that area. Now, I've got 3 really important tips that you need to know if you're going to make profit off trade ups. First one, you're going to have to wait a week to do anything relating to trade ups, whether that's you get a brand new skin in, whether that's you just did a trade up and you've got a brand new skin. No matter what, but you're gonna have to wait a week before you can resell it on the market. It's extremely important that you're choosing stable skins that you're making your trade ups with, because otherwise you have a very strong potential to lose out on a lot of money by this. Most of the skins you're doing these with from older collections are not really going to be impacted. It's more of an annoyance than anything else. I said it before, I'm gonna say it again, 100% of the time you need to make sure you're checking the correct float on your trade ups with a trade up calculator. Tradeups Buy has this perfect option where you can directly import the skins from your inventory and click them on the site. It's super easy, it takes you like 15 seconds, and it ensures whatever outcomes you're going to get are the correct ones. The difference between a minimal wear and a field tested is usually double the price for the minimal wear. You don't want to lose out on this money because you made a silly mistake, and that's how a lot of people get burned with trade ups once again. Now my third tip for profit is going to be the fact that you should only be doing no risk or low risk trade ups, especially in the beginning on a lower budget. Odds are if you've only got a $10 budget and you're doing a relatively high variance trade up, you can easily lose that money, and that's more gambling than it is profiting off trade ups. We're not a fan of that. Obviously, if you've got a large enough balance that you can overcome that natural variation, it may be something, but most people, they have a lower budget. They should not be doing those high risk trade ups. Now the last big piece of the puzzle is going to be buy orders, and buy orders can make you or they can break you. Now the way I use buy orders is a little bit different for extra safety, and that's because I'm actually not the most expensive buy order out there. Now this is because I want to make sure that if I get a skin that doesn't fit my float potential, I'm not going to be losing a ton of money reselling it. It's the number one way that you can make a profitable trade up unprofitable is by having to sell off 10-20 skins at a 5 or 7 cent loss a piece. By going a little bit under market price and waiting a little bit longer, I'm able to make a ton of money this way, and that's because you can multiply your Steam balance times 10, and that's how much you can place in buy orders. It's going to take you a little bit to get these skins, but at the end of the day, you're going to be making a lot more profit, a lot safer, and it's just going to take a little bit more time. Honestly, to me, it's completely worth it. Now, if you're looking for some low to no risk trade ups that are going to be profitable, at least when I'm recording this, I've got 3 of them. Remember, always check them out with a trade up calculator for yourself. First one's going to be this one right here, Dreams and Nightmares, 10 minimal wear skins, 0.092 or below on the float. Coming down to the outcomes, you should be making profit about 4/5 of the time. Remember, buy order is definitely going to be a market price for whenever you're watching this video, but it should be a relatively low price of 12 to 13 cents. Second is my personal favorite. It's a no risk from the Spectrum 2, and the best part is it's under $2, 0.2075 or below on the float for 10 stat track field tested skins. It's going to be roughly $1.70, at least when I did it. Come down to the outcomes, you're making a massive profit on 2 of the outcomes, a decent profit on 2 of them, and breaking even on the last. And finally, if you got the budget for it, last one's going to be heading on over to the Danger Zone collection, 10 field tested skins, 0.1875 or below on the float in stat track. $1.10 is what it costs per skin for me. Coming down to the outcomes, you're making a $4 profit with the Deagle and about $2 with the other 2. It's a great opportunity. If you've got the money, do no risk trade ups as long as you got the time to go ahead and resell them and you're making smart decisions. That's all I got. Drop any questions down below. I'll be sure to answer them, but I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.